290-ish.
So managing a culture, a one firm culture, I know is a conversation a lot of firms are struggling with, especially with all those different offices. You know, when you kind of took over this role post pandemic, you have some remote, some hybrid. You know, how is that conversation, you know, from a strategic perspective, you know, an opportunity or some of the challenges you're running into? Because there's no question, you know, they have a tendency to create their own culture, yet Adams Brown overall, you know, is trying to push and promote that. And I know very much that falls within your wheelhouse today as managing partner going forward.
So that is a fantastic question. We actually just recently, just before the Thanksgiving holiday, we actually spent 2 days together, what we call our leadership summit. So we brought all of our leadership from all across the firm, which we generically, it's kind of senior managers and above, from all the different parts of our firm, brought them together. And that was really the focus of what we spent time talking about. Firm culture. How do we make sure that we are one, even though, you know, the original mindset of when we went through the process of realigning from office by office management into the segment management or the service line and industry management model was that we were going to break down those locational silos. You know, break down the locational silos. We're going to work across offices better. But you just created new silos. Now you have, you know, service line teams, you have industry teams, and so again, it's just this constant drumbeat that we're all on the same team. And yes, we have specialties and we're developing skills differently based on what service line or industry you're part of. We want to continue to pound the drum of specialization because from a market perspective, as we go out and we talk to clients, we look at gaining opportunities. The specialization brings a tremendous value, but we also don't want that to be at such a narrow level that we're creating 18 different firms that we have to manage. We want to be one firm. We want to, as much as we can, share resources, share experiences, and really bring everybody into the fold under that kind of one common culture. Even though, again, you're going to have nuance. We've got nuance difference between our healthcare team and our ag team. You know, they talk different, they dress different, they interact with each other, and their clients are very different. So again, the clients drive a little bit of the personality that comes through the team, but we have to be very intentional on making sure that we're driving some kind of a consistent culture across all of those teams.
I think a key word you just mentioned is intentional, and being intentional about your culture and intentional with how you want your teams to interact. You know, obviously that shift to service industry silos or segments, you know, in today's world helps from a growth perspective, obviously create some new, you know, challenges at the same time. But, you know, kind of looking at, you know, what's next for you? What are some of those goals, you know, getting the firm together a couple weeks ago, going into 2024, anything kind of jump out, you know, top of mind? I know you guys do have some really unique and special niches also.
Yeah, so again, we're kind of in a weird, not a weird spot. We're in a great spot, but where we're at is we're kind of at the end of our last kind of vision that we casted out. And so we were sitting in a room, strategic planning 7 years ago, and the vision that we casted out at that time was to be a 50 million top 100 CPA firm. And so that vision comes to a conclusion May 31 of 24. That was the targets that were set. We, by all indications, we are going to exceed the 50 million. Whether or not that gets us into the top 100 yet to be seen, but fingers crossed, we think we might get there. And so we are now going to circle up here in January and kind of reset those targets. You know, hey, we're going to cast that out and look towards. We're going to use 2030, nice round number. Vision 2030. What does this look like? What do we think we're going to look like when we get there? And so a lot of that, it really does, the foundation of what that is it's talent. And so again, we talk the top line numbers, but top line numbers only mean so much. It's a guide of setting expectations. It's a guide to get people's brains thinking about the size, the scale, the volume of talent that we're going to need to support a firm like that. It's not necessarily the goal itself. You know, revenue is revenue, profit's profit. You have to have some of these things to continue going, but the real reason, you know, we talk a lot about the culture, we talk a lot about talent, the talent war. We talk a lot about becoming a leadership factory is another term we use a lot internally. It's something we've kind of, I think, stolen. Bob Bunting, an advisor that our firm has used for a very long time, and somebody that has really helped shape who we are as a firm. And that's a term we've stolen from him, and we kind of hang our hat on that, and we use it a lot. We talk about it a lot. It's very top of mind. It's in front of all of our team at all levels. We think about leaders as, our partners, our principals, but we have leaders at every level inside the firm, and so we really pound that drum, trying to get everybody to help us there. But um, yeah,